live broadcast of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball is brought to you thanks to the support from Generations Bank, Little John Orthodontics, Bill Cram Chevrolet, Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, It's a Wonderful Run 5K, Finger Lakes Construction, Red's Place, Ferrara Lumber, Jimmer's Auto and Steve's Garage, Penny's Place Restaurant, the Seneca Falls Country Club, the Omen Theater, FingerLakesWine.com, Digital Marketing, and Aflac Supplemental Insurance.
You are live at Marion, New York, home of the Marion Black Knights, but tonight the scene for the play-in game to reach the States. The Elite Eight will be the winner, be joined by the winner of this one between the South Seneca Lady Falcons, three-time consecutive Class C champions, playing the Notre Dame-Batavia Fighting Irish. And Jim Senecropi, Dave Barnick here. I was thinking a lot today as I reviewed both these teams. Jerry Anderson called the color in the semifinal game against Oakfield, Alabama, and I think most of the words that he said heading into this contest could be used again tonight. I think it's a contrast of styles.
Yep.
Welcome. Good to be with you again, Jim.
Good to be in the booth with you again, too, Dave. And what is better than postseason high school basketball? We moved beyond sectional, so we have two champions tonight facing off, two sectional champions, and looking for a representative into the state tournament for Class C from Section 5, where they'll meet the Section 6 sectional Class C champion on Saturday at Rush Henrietta. And yeah, it is. It's a contrast of styles. South Seneca likes to get up and down, but Notre Dame-Batavia probably has a slight size advantage from top to bottom across their roster. And like anybody that plays South Seneca for the past few years, it's going to come down to if they can handle the pressure that the Lady Falcons are going to put on them.
Yeah, and again, what's been so impressive, including the last couple of games, South Seneca, while they love to run, their half-court offense has been precision-like, flowing just as well as you could hope for as a coach or fans of the school. They've been playing great. Led this last year, or this last tournament, Jenna McDonald became the Section 5 Class C2 MVP. Alongside her, also on the all-tournament team, last year's MVP, the lone senior and the leader of the team, Skylar Shawless. And, of course, Jade Parsons continues to impress. Her ascent to excellence, the big junior, the lady in the middle for the Falcons of Heather and Bob Mott.
Yeah, and don't forget Logan Shawless, a freshman, Skylar's younger sister, and the Fletcher triplets.
Yeah.
And Avriel Fletcher has been cleared to play today. We don't know if we're going to see her play, but in a lot of ways, I think that this South Seneca team is as good as the dominant South Seneca teams of the past 2 years. It's a little different. Some of the names have changed. The style is the same. And a big reason, I believe, is because of how dominant Jade Parsons has been in the middle, replacing Emily Lavarnway.
Yeah, she played against that great athlete, Emily, in practice for a couple years. Her playing time certainly has went up as we see Section 5 girls chairperson Tim Lincoln go by, and we want to extend
he does a great job.
We want to extend our condolences to Tim, who I heard lost his father, so we're very sorry for that. And while I'm at it, and we'll get this part, our condolences, Tim.
Yep.
Also to Matt Verkey, who part of the broadcast crew, and as a lot of people are going by and
You're
saying
a popular
hello.
guy, Dave.
But Matt Verkey lost his grandmother, and my condolences go to his entire family, Rod and Shar, of course. And one of our sponsors here from South Seneca just walked by, as a matter of fact.
So, yeah.
We're getting to that point.
Yeah,
but
everybody likes to jump on board when we make a postseason run. And so here we are, South Seneca, three-time sectional champs. That was something that was unexpected heading into this season. And even more expected is they're one step away from returning to the state tournament, which will put them one step away from the state Final Four. And that is mind-blowing if you understand how many teams are in Class C of Section 5, and then the combined of Section 5 and Section 6, to think that South Seneca, one of the smaller teams in Class C,
the smallest, tied for the smallest in enrollment,
has an opportunity now to get back to the state tournament again, and then not to go too far ahead, but just one more game then to the state Final Four. It's unbelievable. It's a testament to Coach Mott and her program, and to all the girls.
And they lost 4 key starters from a year ago. Only Skylar returned, but next year the future looks very bright because Skylar would be a big loss.
Yeah.
However, the rest of the team will be back better than ever, you would think.
Well,
and
that's how you build a program. And, seeing some of these girls and actually seeing some of the kids that have played against my daughter who's in 6th grade for the past 2 or 3 years, the numbers that are drawn to the
Your daughter's
youth
been in
program.
6th grade for 2 or 3 years?
Well, no. But when she was in 4th grade, we started playing other teams from around the area because I'm from Seneca Falls. And when we went to play South Seneca, they had 20 girls on the roster. So it's a culture of success and participation that's built from the ground up. And, I said it after they won the sectional title, maybe nobody will ever win a sectional title in Class C2 again, except for South Seneca at this rate.
Well, that's a nice sentiment. I know you're very proud and fond of the Falcons and the way they've established themselves. A little twist of irony here in this schedule. This is what they call the play-in game between C1 and C2 winners. They will take on the Class C champion, as we mentioned, out of Section 6, Buffalo. That game, by the way, at Rush Henrietta, scheduled for a 5 o'clock tip-off next Saturday. But there is no play-in game for Class C in Section 6. However, the high-flying Mid-Lake Screaming Eagles, they don't have a play-in game in Section 5. They play Saturday, scheduled tip-off at 7.
Go directly to states.
And there's no play-in game in Class B in Section 6. Just a twist of, I don't know how they decide those things.
Well,
but
it's all a numbers
game.
game. So in Class B, I believe they had 17 teams, which is the cutoff for one classification. It was the same on the boys' side, too. So if they had an 18th team, they would have split it into 2 groups. But it is kind of strange. And, of course, back in the day, they only had A, B, C, and D, and that was it. So it was even harder. Now it's a little easier to win a sectional title. But, once you get to the state level, it's still just A, B, C, and D, double A, B, C, and D.
Well, and I don't want to jinx South Seneca. Anything can happen. But I really think that Notre Dame-Batavia will have to play an outstanding game, and South Seneca will have to be off their game for this game to be tight and the taller Irish to have a chance tonight.
We'll have to see. I know that at Rush Henrietta on Saturday, I watched Notre Dame-Batavia race a 13-point third-quarter lead by Letchworth to just blow by them and cruise to victory in that Class C1 title game. And they are champions, just as last year when South Seneca played Gananda, they were C1 champs. So
their leading scorer, Kaylee McCulley, or maybe Callie McCulley.
It's a coach's niece.
Is the coach's niece, averaging about 15 a game. She's listed at 6'1". She is a junior. And Coach Ovenshire, South Seneca teacher, just walked by. And they also have Margaret Sutherland, one of the tri-captains, second leading scorer at 12 a game. The most points they scored in a game all year long, Jim, was 65 points in a win to start the season. Now, that's a fair amount, but usually the better teams you will see, they have a couple of breakout games where they're romping.
In order to beat South Seneca, they're going to have to keep the score in the 40s, low 50s, and I think we're going to see them try to do that. If they break the pressure, I think that it would behoove them to pull it up, run some half-court offense. A lot of times the way South Seneca will get you is even when you break the pressure, you're still going too fast, and you try to go to the basket, and you make a silly mistake after breaking the press. So if I was Coach McCulley, I would tell my girls, once you get across half court, settle down this runner offense, and let's try to limit the number of possessions.
Now, the team awaiting the winner of this one in Section 6 out of Buffalo, Class C champion, is a school by the name of Allegheny Limestone, and they look like the real deal, folks. They are 22-1 on the season with many, many lopsided victories against some bigger schools. We'll be right back.
Federal loans not enough to cover the cost of your college education? The private student loan available through Generations Bank can be the answer to your funding needs. Learn more online at mygenbank.com or call 315-568-5855. Generations Bank, with locations in Auburn, Farmington, Geneva, Phelps, Seneca Falls, Union Springs, and Waterloo. Be sure to check out their mobile banking app or visit them online at mygenbank.com. Dr. Littlejohn and his outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each patient through their orthodontic care. They utilize the latest technological advances in the orthodontic industry, including digital scanning and Invisalign. Dr. Rod Littlejohn is proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out their website at littlejohnortho.com. Bill Cram Chevrolet on Route 5 and 20 between Seneca Falls and Waterloo, where your car buying is fast, fun, and easy. Mention you saw them on FingerLakes1.com and receive a $250 credit to use towards the purchase of any new or used vehicle. Browse their inventory at BillCramChevrolet.com or stop in and see why you'll save plenty on 5 and 20 with Bill Cram Chevrolet.
Starting lineups being introduced right now, and Jim, you've got more surprise basketball action for our listeners and viewers tomorrow night.
We are
some boys games.
Yeah, we are really pushing the envelope with our coverage this postseason because all these teams keep winning. So tomorrow night it'll be the boys playing games. We'll have Wayne Irondequoit and Clyde Savannah North Star Christian. I'll call those games with Kevin Sharp.
Well, I'm already seeing a number problem here. 22, I think, would be 23 normally. Natalie Thornton, perhaps?
Yeah, probably. I don't see a 23, so yeah, that would make sense.
Morgan Rhodes. Well, why don't you give you have the starters already there for Notre Dame-Batavia.
Yeah, it'll be Morgan Rhodes. She's a 5'5" sophomore. Stevie Wilcox, a 6-foot junior, 2-year varsity player. Natalie Thornton, a 5'10" senior. Margaret Sutherland, number 33. She's a 3-year varsity senior at 5'9". And then Kaylee McCauley at 6 foot 1 inch, a 4-year varsity player, just a junior, and she will be, she's the coach's niece.
So Sutherland wearing the 22?
20,
okay.
It must, or no, I see, yeah, we'll have to see, but I got these starters from the coach, so.
Well, I got the same numbers that you have looking them up online. But anyway, small potatoes.
That's why we talk to the coach, because if there's a change like that, they usually let us know. But maybe he wants to stump us. Maybe he knows that we're rooting for the Lady Falcons tonight.
Room in the gymnasium, but a good crowd on hand on a Tuesday night. Weather was clear. South Seneca Lady Falcons with a good following. And Jim, if you would for a minute, they just dominated against the Red Jacket team, which had taken it to Bloomfield 3 nights earlier.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to happen. A little bit from the eye test, but this is a different team that hit the court in early December when Red Jacket beat them, and the second time they beat Red Jacket, they had rolled. It's just the development of this group of girls from December until now in early March is phenomenal. It's probably the greatest leap of any team in the Wayne Finger Lakes boys or girls.
And we're about ready for tip-off, and this game is underway, and the Lady Falcons, clad in their their home white uniforms, gold numerals, black twin, will set up against the large ladies from Notre Dame of Batavia. Emma Fletcher, one of the triplets of the Fletcher sisters. Inside feed, Jenna McDonald scores. Actually, Logan with the first hoop of the game. That's nice for her to get that bucket. She had a rather insignificant role in the championship game, so a good start for Logan.
10 rebounds, though.
Block by Parsons, who picks it off. Down to Fletcher. Jenna McDonald with the ball out front. The lightning quick junior guard, left side to Shawless. Schuyler, back to Jenna. Jenna stop and pop, doesn't get it, back iron. And here comes the Irish. They are wearing their navy blue uniforms, gold numerals, white trim. They break pressure well. That's McCulley, the 6'1" junior, who actually will play at the point some here, and the leading scorer at about 15 a game. Nice move inside, won't go. And that shot put up and missed by Thornton. And here,
Logan.
Ooh. McDonald inside, out to Fletcher, left-hander short. Rebound Parson, lay it up, too hard, no. Both teams showing a little early game jitters, perhaps. A steal by Shawless. Gonna drive it, bounce pass, Jenna McDonald, dipsy doodles, lays it up and in.
Great finish by McDonald, great find from Shawless, and that's where they kill you. Not only do they get the steal in transition, but they finish.
An Isaiah Thomas-like move by Jenna McDonald inside against the taller Notre Dame-Batavia player. Around the perimeter, the long bomb is missed badly. The rebound, no, but a foul on Fletcher. That will send Sutherland to the line for a pair.
Referees for tonight's ball game: Todd Burden, Amy Kovenchuk, and of course Seneca Falls' own Tommy Marino.
That's at least two left-handers on this team as Sutherland misses her first free throw. She is listed at a 5'9" senior. Second shot missed again. Tapped up, controlled, and out of the pack, Logan Shawless. Jenna McDonald will control out front. Leaves it for Fletcher. Inside the three-point line, they'll reset outside. Schuyler with it, directing traffic. Looks to the left, it's deflected out of bounds with 13 on the shot clock. A 4-0 South Seneca lead just into the opening minutes of the first quarter. Dave Barnick along with Jim Sinacropi and one half of the fabulous Hunt brothers. Jeremy on camera tonight. Shot from the side won't go by Fletcher. Rebound up and short by Parsons. So a good opportunity by the boards, and here comes the Irish. Around the perimeter, this is McCulley, the leading scorer, the nephew of, or the niece of the coach. Thornton, little looping shot, no. And their shots seem quite a bit off, actually, Jim.
Yeah, and Parsons, too, failing to finish twice at the rim. Shot she normally would make. Let's see if she can settle down.
This is Schuyler off the glass. She went to the bank after hours, just inside the three-point line. And Schuyler Shawless, the senior, with a bucket.
She'll take it. So South Seneca, man-to-man defense.
Looping it in the post. Quick pass to the corner. Long bomb won't go. Rebound fought for, and over the back they're going to get Natalie Thornton. One of the keys that we talked about in prior games is Jade Parsons not getting in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Looking at the big girls for Notre Dame and Jade Parsons, that'll be another key tonight, I would think.
Yeah, and so far she's done a good job. That time she had good rebounding position and drew the over-the-back call.
Shawless looks for help, finds Fletcher. Driving, leaves for Jenna McDonald in the corner. High arc shot! Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Special sauce from Jenna Mac.
And Notre Dame-Batavia down 9-0 here in the first quarter. South Seneca on fire, and we got a push and a rebounding foul again against the Irish as they quickly retreat on defense. And already Heather Mott's crew off to a sizzling start.
Yeah, they're having trouble with Parsons on the blocks on both ends, and now Notre Dame-Batavia a little token pressure.
Jenna McDonald, the lightning quick guard. Gets a pick from Parsons. Nearly lost the ball. Does get tied up. Possession arrow belongs to the Irish. Maybe the first mistake that South Seneca has made so far in this first quarter at 3:43 remaining in the first quarter. Little surprised. Thought we might have saw a timeout following that last trifecta by South Seneca. They do look a little more relaxed now, and they get their first bucket with a nice shot off the low post by Margaret Sutherland.
Yeah, a little up and under, a nice finish. Got Parsons to bite.
They have 2 6-footers on this team, and 2 girls at 5'10", another at 5'9". Shot by Shawless off the iron, no, but the deep rebound by Logan. Outside, Jenna McDonald, swish! On fire!
She had really developed that shot over the past year. It looked good the second it left her hand.
Here's the shot, kind of forced up, lost it, got it back, and McCulley gets in the scoring column. And I'm not sure, despite scoring, Notre Dame-Batavia knows what's hit them. They do look poised defensively now, despite the 8-point deficit.
Yeah, I don't think they're panicking.
Fletcher, left-hander shot around the rim and out. Rebound, Parsons. Yes! Count the basket. And one.
There she goes.
Jade Parsons with a great inside position. Went weak side, got the rebound, put it in, will shoot a foul shot.
And as soon as she caught that ball, she didn't bring it down. She kept it up high, went right back up, laid it in. It's things like that she's just improved on fundamentally.
And a foul shot made. It's a 15-4 game. And Mike McCulley, the coach of Notre Dame-Batavia, has seen enough and calls a timeout.
You know, I was saying that the first half of the first quarter was going to be kind of indicative of how this game would go, and so far it looks like it's going to be all South Seneca. But I don't see panic in the eyes of these Notre Dame-Batavia players. It's Freddie the Falcon has a flag. That's something new.
But if this continues, much as it did against Oakford, Alabama, it's not so much the panic, it's the frustration and rather disbelief because they have not seen a team that has been performing quite like this group of Falcon ladies who, remember, started the season losing 4 starters and losing 3 of their first 6 games. They've only lost 1 in their last 17, I think.
Yeah, they've won 17 of their last 18. And they've built this lead with only forcing 1 turnover off the press so far. So it's been their half-court offense again.
Rhodes gets it to McCulley around the perimeter. The zone defense by South Seneca.
And they switch to a 2-3.
Looking inside, McCulley has it, turn around, draws the foul.
Looks like they got Logan.
Kelly McCulley, averaging 15 points a game, a junior, listed at 6'1". I guess you'd say the point forward of the team.
Yeah, she was impressive in that comeback win in the second half over Letchworth in the C1 final on Saturday.
She hits the first free throw. Letchworth is a team that they played in the finals and defeated by 5 points early in the season, won by 7, coming from behind at Rush Henrietta last Saturday. McCulley hits both free throws. It's 15-6, and we see pressure applied by the Irish. Logan breaks it to Skyler. Little head fake. Stops with a floater. Doesn't get it. Rebound Parsons.
Oh, she missed it again.
Good opportunity. No. And Skyler Shawless. Oh, they called a jump ball. She was mugged inside, but they called a jump ball. Possession arrow, South Seneca.
Again, Parsons missing the putback, a shot she normally would make, just a little bit off the mark.
Jenna looks to inbounds. Gets it to Logan. Little stop. Back out to Skyler. They have a fresh shot clock. Offensive foul on Skyler Shawless. So not only does she not get the recipient of getting her wrist held, she gets an offensive foul called the other way. And a chance for the Irish to cut into that lead, trailing by 9. Still early. Just 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's the Dipsy do a nice soft runner in the lane by Sutherland. That looked pretty.
They've stemmed the tide here, Notre Dame-Batavia has.
After the timeout, 15-8. And they're using the physicality inside too. Jenna leaves for Fletcher. Left side, Schuyler. Little head fake, stop and pop. Tough shot. She'll go to the line now, as you may have heard that thud. That was senior Schuyler Shawless, the quiet, smiling assassin of the South Seneca Lady Falcons.
She's a little out of control in the last 2 drives. The first time it was an offensive foul. This time she heads to the free throw line, but a little off balance on that shot.
And that shot was too hard off the back iron. Steve Veeder, athletic director, poised and sitting almost. Maybe he's going to try to collect monitoring money as he's underneath the exit doors there.
Well, I think he's still glowing after last night's victory from the Lions, where he's athletic director at Lions. They captured the C2 boys title last night in a game you heard on Finger Lakes 1.
And the crowd tells you that Schuyler made that free throw. It's 16-8, coming down to 1:20, first quarter. They leave for McCulley, tries to drive through traffic, going to be called for steps. Yeah, she tried to cut through the lane there, and 2 South Seneca players just held their ground. And Schuyler finds Sister Logan, the freshman, the impressive freshman. Outside with it, driving, leaves for Schuyler. Little head fake. Out to Jenna McDonald for 3. Won't go, top of the key. And we come to the 52nd mark of the first quarter. The Irish with the basketball. Down 8. Bucket here would be big. It looks a lot different on the scoreboard, 16-10, rather 16-8. They move the ball nicely. Little stop and pop floater is short. Rebound, however, back to Notre Dame-Batavia. 10-footer from the elbow, no. Fought for, who has it? Logan has it. What do we got? Timeout, South Seneca. The 30-second timeout, Jim, and I am impressed with the poise of this big group of Notre Dame-Batavia players.
They were unlucky. They found a couple of open 7 to 10 footers on that last possession that just went in and out. Also, I think a little unlucky there on that loose ball. It's funny, I've seen this a lot this year in high school basketball with coaches calling timeout before it even looks like their team really has possession. That looked like that ball was still kind of up for grabs, but they gave the timeout to South Seneca, so it'll be Falcons ball. They can hold for 1 here. They were up 11 points, I think was their biggest lead. It's down to 8 now.
I think it was 14-4 for sure. I remember that. But at any rate.
But for the last 4 minutes, they've basically played even. And it's still
a
a
steal.
turnover.
McCulley with the quick hands on the inbound. Nearly stolen back. Inside Thornton, stop and pop air ball. Rebound fought for, and Jenna comes out, but she couldn't stay in bounds. Near the Falcon bench, stepped on the sideline. With 15 seconds left in the first period, Notre Dame-Batavia a chance to perhaps hold for the final shot of the quarter. Morgan Rhodes, they work the perimeter. McCulley cutting, will they give it back? Rhodes wants to fire, instead goes left wing, shot is short. Rebound, and quarter ends. A 16-8 first stanza for South Seneca. We'll be back after this.
Federal loans not enough to cover the cost of your college education? The private student loan available through Generations Bank can be the answer to your funding needs. Learn more online at mygenbank.com or call 315-568-5855. Generations Bank, with locations in Auburn, Farmington, Geneva, Phelps, Seneca Falls, Union Springs, and Waterloo. Be sure to check out their mobile banking app or visit them online at mygenbank.com. Dr. Littlejohn and his outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to assure the overall wellness of each patient through their orthodontic care. They utilize the latest technological advances in the orthodontic industry, including digital scanning and Invisalign. Dr. Rod Littlejohn is proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out their website at littlejohnortho.com. Bill Cram Chevrolet on Route 5 and 20 between Seneca Falls and Waterloo, where your car buying is fast, fun, and easy. Mention you saw them on FingerLakes1.com and receive a $250 credit to use towards the purchase of any new or used vehicle. Browse their inventory at BillCramChevrolet.com or stop in and see why you'll save plenty on 5 and 20 with Bill Cram Chevrolet.
Second quarter action just underway. Dave Barnick along with Jim Sinacropi, Jeremy Hunt also here from Marion, New York. South Seneca with it. Ahead 16-8, opening second quarter. Jenna McDonald, looks like the same starting five, maybe for both teams. Here's the shot from Fletcher, won't go. 1 and out for the Falcons. This is a tall group of Fighting Irish. And a tripping foul will go against Jenna McDonald. I think she lost her chewing gum. There's or whatever it is, it's right in front of us at our excellent mid-court vantage point.
We do have the best seats in the house here.
They really are. And I get to sit next to you besides Jim.
It's a wonderful thing. It's great to be with you here.
It's a wonderful life. 16-8. Notre Dame-Batavia has been scratching their way back. Here's the bomb. The shot no good from the hip, but the rebound kept alive by Stevie Wilcox. Driving is Thornton off glass and in. Pretty play. Sutherland. She's the leading scorer with 6.
Great ball movement by Notre Dame-Batavia on that possession. Really makes South Seneca work. They found an opening on the baseline and took advantage of it.
So the lead, which was as many as 10 or 11, is down to 6. Parsons in a rare spot away from the basket. Gives it up to Logan. Her layup missed badly, and the rebound comes the other way to Notre Dame-Batavia with a chance to close to within 4 or with a three-pointer 3. Rhodes wants it, has it left wing. Look, inside, pretty feed, glass. The shot was a good one, no good, but the rebound put up and in. Sutherland and South Seneca wants to talk about it, and a fired-up Heather Mott, unhappy with some defensive work. And Jim, 16-12, we have ourselves a ball game all of a sudden. You would expect that in a championship contest. This, again, the C1 and C2 champions, the winner playing Saturday at Rush Henrietta, 5 o'clock scheduled tip-off against a very fine Allegheny Limestone team from that Buffalo region.
Yeah, I think that South Seneca shocked them a little bit like they do many opponents, but this Notre Dame-Batavia team was able to keep their composure, and once they started running their half-court sets, they've been getting open looks. They really move the ball around the perimeter quickly. They move it inside out. They find some gaps. I know Coach Mott is a little upset at some of the help side defense that she's seen. And then on the other end, South Seneca's been unable to finish shots they normally do. Jade Parsons is 1 for 6, I think, at the off the block. At the rim, Skylar's been a little off. Jenna McDonald hit those 2 3-pointers, but she's really the only one that's provided any scoring from the perimeter from South Seneca. So, and now we're going to see some full court pressure from Notre Dame-Batavia.
And the length of Notre Dame's, their size, their length has been effective somewhat on slowing down South Seneca with the press. Jenna leaves out to Skylar, the senior, directing traffic. She's got that nice little jump step with a fake, and she forces that, though, inside. And we get a foul. It's going to go the other way. When I think of Notre Dame and Batavia, besides the fact that is like the charter schools, they can draw from many different districts, I also think back to many sectional championship games that they played or contests against Romulus in the boys category over the years.
Yeah, they jump classifications based on, I believe, the competition committee places them.
Well, they're only down 4, and they have the basketball, 16-12. McCulley.
Travel, he missed it.
Rhodes could have been called for steps, has it back for the bomb, buries it, gets the roll, and we have a 1-point game. 16-15.
7-0 Fighting Irish this quarter.
Inside, Logan nearly threw it away, and it's knocked out, but you can see how the defensive tempo or pressure has picked up by the Irish. It's really intensified. They did not lose their cool despite getting nearly blitzed out early, Jim.
They're making South Seneca work for everything. South Seneca, I think we're going to have to see
That's
a lot of substitutions.
lots of contact, no whistle. Fletcher gives it to Shawless. Schuyler, the senior, gets a pick from Jade, fires up, doesn't hit. Rebound Fletcher. Her shot is blocked by Sutherland. Sutherland with a big first half for the Irish and a chance for Notre Dame to take the lead. Driving, stopping, firing on air or off the glass. Did not catch the rim by Sutherland, and here comes the Lady Falcons. Jenna McDonald, Jade Parsons, Skylar Shawless, who has the ball, Fletcher, and Logan. The shot, no. Rebound up, and stolen from behind. And a foul called from behind, and I think that'll send Fletcher to the line. I was kind of blocked, but it looked like a taller player may have got that fairly cleanly. Nonetheless.
Yeah, she went down hard. That might have prompted the whistle. But Skyler's last two shots from the perimeter looked online a little too hard. They're really cold shooting by the Lady Falcons.
And Fletcher not shooting. She has the ball now off the inbounds. 16-15 your score. South Seneca has not scored in this period, which is nearly halfway through. What a move by McDonald. No, but she draws the block. And McCulley can't believe it, pleading his case. The Pope's not here, but he's looking for a little help right now.
How great is Jenna McDonald? She crossed her over at the top of the key, went right by her, got into the lane. She's given up so much size to the Notre Dame-Batavia players, but fearless and almost had the and one there. Made the first free throw.
So she'll have another. And nothing but net. Whistle. And I think we have the free throw will count, and a foul on the rebounding effort will give South Seneca the ball
Coach
back.
McCulley just teed up.
Give him a tee!
Tommy Marino teed up Coach McCulley for Notre Dame-Batavia. He was right in his face.
And that gum is being chewed hard. I cannot remember that coach's name from Waterville years ago in that semifinal in the state championship run by Minders. But he is pretty active.
I don't know if he teed him up or if he warned him. I think he just
warned him, yeah.
Bench warning.
South Seneca, Fletcher, Jenna. Now she directs traffic. Gets a pick from Schuyler. Going to take it to the hole, draws contact, and will go to the line again. That foul on McCulley. The crowd is into this one, James.
Yeah, it's pretty contentious here. We have South Seneca fans to our right, also across the gymnasium to our right on the left side of the scorer's table. South Seneca fans, Notre Dame-Batavia fans opposite to the right of the scorer's table, and then a mix to our left of just general interest fans and some Notre Dame-Batavia fans.
A very physical game, and that's what Notre Dame-Batavia wants because they have the big size advantage. Jenna misses that free throw. Parsons with a rebound, goes up with a reverse now, and the rebound taken away, and I think we have a Parsons foul.
Again, another opportunity at the rim not capitalized on by Jade Parsons.
She was in a tough spot there, and although it's not a bad idea to go up with the ball that close to the basket, she might have been well advised to reset the offense and throw it out to a guard.
It is a physical ball game here tonight at Marion.
South Seneca still without a second quarter field goal, but here's a near steal, and it is a steal, and then a collision out of bounds. Two players, Notre Dame and Schuyler. Schuyler was going to help the player up, but she's still ailing a little. I think
it's Emma Finch, I think. Or no, that would be, I can't see the number, but she is down right in front of the scorer's table.
Which is directly across from us.
Grasping her right knee.
So tomorrow, tell our listeners what they can look forward to catching if they can't attend those games.
I think it's a 6:30 start for Lions and North Star Christian. Now that's the Lions just last night winning in the Blue Cross Arena the school's 18th sectional title, second only to East High in all of Section 5. And so they move on now to face the C1 champs, North Star Christian, who in the C1 title game at the Blue Cross last night defeated Pembroke, who was undefeated heading into that game. And so now the Mid-Lakes girls are the only undefeated team left in all of Section 5. But North Star Christian, private school, ending the season for one of the best teams in the Pembroke school history. And so now they stand in the way of Lions. Of course, North Star Christian went to the state tournament last year. They have their whole team back, but Justice Smith for Lions is going to be going up against Miles Brown, a pair of two of the best players in all of Section 5 will be matching up in that one. And then following that, the Wayne Eagles will take on the Irondequoit Eagles in the Class A2 state playing game. And, of course, Wayne winning back-to-back sectional titles on Saturday in the Blue Cross Arena, and Irondequoit advancing. And that's what they played last year in the state playing game. And there's a D1 kid, Gerald Drumgool, on Irondequoit's team that's going to be tough to handle. Wayne decided underdogs in that game, but that's why they play it.
Well, they're giving the young lady who seems actually to be that's not the one who was hurt. But
they're helping.
She is being helped. We hope it's not serious. And when you see this, you always kind of hope it's not that anyone likes a sprained ankle.
It's
but
Addison DiMatteo.
You hope it's a sprained ankle that you come back from rather than that.
Yeah, she can't
knee
put weight
situation.
on it. They're carrying her over to the side of the bench, and not as serious a situation as in that Clyde Honeyoy Class D1 final in which John Marble broke his ankle in the first quarter.
I heard about that from Steve Veter, by the way.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Gordon Hayward type, I guess, huh?
Let's see if the Fighting Irish rally behind DiMatteo.
Down by 4, but they were down by double figures early. There's a pass into McCulley. Nice move, and misses the chippy inside after a nice move in traffic.
Good rebound by Jade Parsons.
Jenna McDonald brings it up court. Fletcher wanted it on the left side. That's Emma, and the shot missed.
McDonald blocked by McCulley.
And McCulley's going to take a call for steps. Steps first. And again, the bench from Notre Dame didn't like it. Notre Dame men, by the way, got by Pittsburgh today to finish a winless conference schedule for the Pitt Panthers.
Yeah, they're not a tough team to beat.
Skylar looking. Now they give her a little room, but she doesn't take the three. They're going to slow it down, work it outside. Little weave, double dribble on Logan.
It's really become an ugly game for most of the second quarter.
After a frenetic, tense, physical pace in the first.
South Seneca doesn't have a field goal this period. They have 3 free throws.
19-15, 3 minutes remaining before halftime. And here's a steal by Logan Shawless. Driving, bounce pass, Jenna.
Pretty.
Not an easy shot either inside for Jenna.
Logan did a great job there of changing her direction in the lane to create the space for McDonald. Delivered a perfect bounce pass, and McDonald finished.
It has been all Jenna McDonald in the second quarter here for South Seneca scoring-wise. A great play by Logan as McCulley outside loops it in the corner. Inside, the shot again. High percentage shots being missed with great frequency. That was Margaret Sutherland's shot. Would have put her in double figures. She has 4 field goals. South Seneca by 6. Logan. Bang! Trifecta. Logan Shawless, top of the key.
Nice looking shot. Doesn't look like a freshman. Coach Mott's got her for 3 more years. They're going to be good ones.
What's impressive about Logan is after making that turnover and looking a little rattled after doing so, and South Seneca thought that should have been a turnover as well, but Notre Dame has it. Logan comes back with 2 huge plays. Inside feed, McCulley gets the roll off the inbound.
They fell asleep.
24-17, South Seneca by 7. Driving, Jenna to the lane, blocked,
again.
No whistle. She goes down hard. She took it into the timber, but the timber answered by swatting it away. driving the other way, and up and in. Could have been a three-point play. Sutherland connects. 24-19.
It's twice that Jenna McDonald was blocked by Kaylee McCauley, taking it to the basket. And both, I think, were pretty good blocks.
Working that three-man weave. Stop and pop. Shawless for three.
Let's see if that gets Skylar going.
27-19.
Oh, almost a steal.
Near steal by Skylar. They look to pounce on teams defensively and run. 1 minute and counting in the second quarter. Steal by South Seneca. Jenna one-on-one. Stop and pop. Doesn't get it. Rebound fought for.
Great
Coming
job.
out of the pack is Logan. Inside Skylar. Top of the key, Jenna, the reset. They go Shawless, corner, bang! 30-19. And the Falcons have unleashed it here in the last couple of minutes, but a pretty bank shot, a floater, driving the lane by McCauley.
Things have really opened up here. Shot clock's off, though, now. South Seneca can go in with at least a 9-point lead if they're smart.
15 seconds left before halftime. Our Bill Cram halftime show will be coming your way. In the corner, Skylar out to Logan. Off the right rim.
Jenna McDonald got
Jenna
fouled.
kept it alive, got hammered. The shot goes up, and I don't think Notre Dame can get it off. The half ends a frenetic, physical, fast-paced game, 30-21. Lots of contact in that last sequence. The whistles not being blown then, but the Falcons have come back a bit after a tough start and will come back a bit after this timeout. South Seneca basketball continues.
FingerLakes1.com's live coverage of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball is brought to you thanks to the support from Finger Lakes Partners. Insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. Trust someone who lives in your community. With offices in Geneva, Waterloo, and Victor, visit Finger Lakes Partners online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies. Ferrara Lumber has been a fixture in the Seneca Falls area for almost 60 years. Start planning your next home improvement project at ferraralumber.com. Ferrara Lumber, supporting local high school athletes since 1959. Finger Lakes Construction Company is the #1 post-frame builder in New York State, providing complete building packages for a wide range of construction, including personal garages, commercial office complexes, municipal, equestrian, agricultural, dairy facilities, pole barns, and more. Visit them online at fingerlakesconstruction.com. The It's a Wonderful Run 5K Committee. It's a winter run like no other. Check out race videos, sign up for the next race, and learn how to get involved in the most popular holiday run around at itsawonderfulrun5k.com. Red's Place, serving great lunches daily in downtown Seneca Falls. Awesome daily specials, soup, and the best sandwiches in town. Check out their Facebook page for daily specials and their full menu. Next time you head out to see a movie, make it at the Omen Theater in downtown Lyons. You'll love relaxing in the modern, renovated theater that has the old-fashioned charm and character of the original house, first opened in 1915. See what's playing this week at omentheater.com. Penny's Place Family Restaurant, located on 5 and 20 in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Well known for their large portions and home-cooked meals, a large selection of breakfast items, and everything from burgers, salad bar, and wraps for lunch. If you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place. Jimmer's Auto offers a full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com. And for service, visit Seaver's Garage on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Jimmer's Auto and Seaver's Garage, strong supporters of local high school athletes for over 40 years. Fed up with unresponsive web designers and getting nickeled and dimed for every small website update? Call fingerlakes1.com at 315-712-0104 and take control of your web presence. Since 1998, FingerLakes1.com has created and maintained nearly 1,000 websites for local businesses and organizations of all sizes. Aflac. When health changes for you or a loved one, it can change everything. But Aflac can help make sure the life you live is the life you never stop living. Learn more at aflac.com or contact Joe Calarco at 315-253-0495. And by Generations Bank, Little John Orthodontics, and Bill Cram Chevrolet.
Welcome back inside the high school at Marion, where your score at halftime is South Seneca 30, Notre Dame-Batavia 21. I'm holding down the broadcast booth for Dave Barnick, who will be returned momentarily. Problem is, he gets up to do a small task, and so many folks from South Seneca stop him to talk to him. And if you know Dave, he's not afraid to have a conversation. But South Seneca jumped out to a 16-8 lead in the first quarter. Actually ended up outscoring Notre Dame-Batavia 15-13 in the second. And they lead 30-21. The beginning of that second quarter, though, was really all Notre Dame-Batavia. And it was three-pointers by Skylar Shawless and Logan Shawless towards the end of the second period that propelled South Seneca back out in front. Now up 9 as Freddie the Falcon entertains the fans. Pretty full house here at Marion. It wasn't quite full at the tip, but it's filled up since then. Not much room. Kind of a small venue for a game of this magnitude, Dave. I would have thought that maybe it would be down in Palmac or even Canandaigua. They try to find a neutral spot.
The word is that I heard that some of these other potential schools, I didn't get any by name, did not want to disrupt their spring practice schedule.
It happens,
Kids
yeah.
playing baseball or practicing baseball inside as it's so wet and snowy out. But it is hot and tense here tonight. You know Lori.
Yep, absolutely. I said
Yep.
hello to her as she was on her way out of the gym.
And Gary Alger, by the way, her dad, was the one who corrected me because I had mentioned in a previous broadcast the Fletcher twins instead of triplets. Well, I not only know about the Fletcher being triplets, but also who's the oldest, youngest, and middle one, but by a few minutes.
Well, it's good information to have because you can't necessarily find that stuff online. So you have to do some investigative work. And it is a difficult team to call, Dave, with multiple Shawlesses and Fletchers. But that's part of what makes it great.
It does, and you got to be impressed. Kevin Sharp, during that timeout, maybe you mentioned it or not, saying how first time he's seen the South Seneca Lady Falcons, a team that was supposed to be decent this year, but down after losing 4 starters from a state championship team and a Final Four state team from the last 2 years. And he's very impressed with Heather Mott's crew and what they're doing. And Coach McCulley on the other side is using his team's size to play the way they have to if they're going to compete and win here tonight.
I've been impressed with both teams. They're both playing really hard. It's a physical game, a lot of contact. I think the referees are doing a great job as well. And I think really the difference here has been South Seneca able to hit, they have 4 3-pointers. They actually had 5 first-half 3-pointers to Notre Dame-Batavia's 1. But it hasn't been the defensive pressure for South Seneca that's given them this lead. It's been the outside shooting. And really impressed with Notre Dame-Batavia's half-court sets that they're running, their defense. And, we're in for a good game here in the second half.
This is a little, pardon my interruption, but this is a little interesting as South Seneca practice and warms up before the second half. But Batavia, Notre Dame-Batavia, just in a circle around the foul line, just discussing what needs to happen. No coaches in there.
Yeah, it was a conversation led by our junior Kaylee McCauley. They were all listening to Kaylee, and now they break that huddle and start getting some shots up with about 1:40 left on the halftime clock.
Now South Seneca got here, and as you know, I've been a proponent of maybe not having the open tournament because they won that first game, and you see a lot of these lopsided scores as two of the former Lady Falcon starters just walked by, Mackenzie Kenyon and Bailey Mingus, but they defeated Warsaw 52-18. Then they beat a pretty skilled Rochester Academy team 63-46, dominated the semifinal against number 1 seeded Oakville, Alabama 68-44. And in a game you had the pleasure of calling, Red Jacket, they beat their foes from the Finger Lakes West 55-36. The scores somewhat closer, including that semifinal, somewhat controversial game that Notre Dame-Batavia defeated Red Creek by 4, 52-48.
Yeah, that was the game that Isabella Wilbur played in after being disqualified from the previous game. Her family sued Section 5 to allow her to play because she was, after being ejected, disqualified from the following game. But she got to stay, much like Ezekiel Elliott of the Dallas Cowboys did when he was suspended. So she was able to play. At the end of the day, though, they lost, so it was kind of a moot point.
So what happens next year? She might miss the first game. I don't know how that works.
I don't know. Usually that stuff doesn't apply to high school basketball, and I wish it didn't.
Anyway, we're underway. South Seneca with the basketball up by 9, 30-21. Just underway. Third quarter, Dave Barnick, Jim Sinacropian, Jeremy Hunt. Jade nearly thrown away. It was knocked out of bounds. She was losing her balance and didn't have much room to operate on the baseline.
Notre Dame-Batavia is great on both ends.
And they are long.
They're really making South Seneca work in their half court.
And they're athletic. Besides being, we said big, yeah, but they're very athletic. Shot from the corner. Jenna's shot must have been partially deflected as it missed everything. And it'll go back to the Fighting Lady Irish. You know someone of that ilk, don't you? The Fighting Lady Irish? Your wife part Irish?
Yeah, well, I'm half Irish as well.
Oh, there you
Almost
go.
half. You wouldn't know
I
it. I
thought Senecropi was an Irish name.
Sure. My mother's maiden name was Ireland.
Okay, here's the takeaway. South Seneca off the miss. Here's a stop and pop off the elbow. No. Retained out deep by Fletcher. She's driving to the hole, throws up the left-hander, won't get it. And one of the few second offensive rebounds or opportunities. No scoring so far, third quarter. Who will score first? Well, Jade Parsons called with a foul as Stevie Wilcox, 6-foot junior, by the way, will shoot a pair at the line. We only had 4 scores for South Seneca in the first half, 3 for Notre Dame-Batavia. And the foul shot missed by Wilcox. She'll have another.
I see Clyde Savannah coach Tim Jackson to my left here in the stands. He's got a big one coming up tomorrow night in Penn Yan, taking on Prattsburg in the Class D state playing game.
Marius Yanulis, remember that name?
Absolutely, Prattsburg.
Wilcox hits the second free throw. Some interesting basketball history with Prattsburg over the years.
Well, they got a great team this year. They're going to give Clyde all they can handle.
Oh, and Jade Parsons has picked up at least her third personal.
That's big. Illegal pick. That's her third, Dave.
Right in front of the official. There's been far more physical plays not called, but it was right there in front of the official to be had.
Parsons still in the ball game right now. She'll have to be careful. I think she's next whistle will get her out, but
and then South Seneca will truly go small.
Oh boy, he took it right at her. Luckily, it wasn't a call.
She kept her position. That could have been, you're right, almost a reflex call.
Smart play by Notre Dame-Batavia.
South Seneca by 8. They haven't scored in this half yet. The shot up by McCulley, no. Fouls it up, yes, and the foul. And that size proving quite an advantage and a chance to draw to within 5 points.
South Seneca's going to have a lot of trouble stopping that with Jade Parsons on the bench.
And if they can't run, will they look to eat up the shot clock more? A little switch in strategies perhaps. And she completes the three-point play, has 11 in the game.
5-point ball game.
So we have 2 Fletchers, 2 Shawlesses, and Jenna McDonald.
Yeah, that's why I look for Jenna or Skylar to take over offensively.
30-25, 6 minutes remaining third quarter. Little ball fake and a near steal. It is a steal. Jenna goes down hard, lay it up and missing. Missing the chippy was Morgan Rhodes. Frustrated the other way. Fletcher, yes, and the foul. Oh my.
What a dramatic turn of events. The missed run out by Notre Dame-Batavia led to a transition bucket and a foul the other way for South Seneca. That's a 5-point swing, really.
Leah Fletcher makes it a 6-point or 5-point swing with conversion of the foul shot. 33-25.
And a foul on Kaylee McCauley, her second.
Now out front with it. In a near steal, batted away, out of bounds, and it'll still be the Irish ball.
Dave, I forgot to report Coach Mock today. All black. Looks like she's got some print heels.
Driving, McCauley too hard, her own rebound. Goes up hard, draws the foul. She's could, I think, be prone to get called for an offensive foul if the defenders were in the correct position. But she fouls up her own misses. She doesn't take for granted that the initial shot's going in, Jim.
Yeah, she's fantastic. Plays big, obviously at 6'1", but
misses that free throw.
Can jump, tough, not afraid of contact.
She had made her first 3 free throws. Has a chance now. By the way, next to Jeremy Hunt, our ace cameraman up there high above the court, is one Denny Kenyon from 100 years at NR Boyce, the Ford dealership in Ovid. And we had a jump ball possession arrow. It'll stay right down here with Notre Dame. Inside, McCauley up, misses everything. Rebound stolen.
Leah stole it.
Fletcher driving, stopping, off glass and in. Again, found an open bank after hours.
Princess Leah with a kiss.
And 5 big third quarter points for Fletcher. Throwing up a runner, no good. Rebound, no. And Fletcher again comes out of the pack. Alyssa, I had to double check. They are triplets after all. Outside, Shawless, short, fouled and saved and knocked out of bounds with a heads-up play by Fletcher. Jim, what a great heads-up play on the baseline.
The Fletcher girls are tough to tell apart, but really heady play.
35-25. South Seneca scrambling, scratching, doing what they have to now, showing some poise on offense. Shooting a runner, Jenna, no.
A little out of control.
And here comes Notre Dame-Batavia. They keep fighting back themselves.
Down 10, though. I keep coming back to that play where she missed the layup, and then we got the...
wow, about a 20 NBA.
Another jump ball. That was a quick call.
Real quick. Well, McCauley surprised me. That was an NBA three-pointer for sure that she fired up from outside. No pressure. Shawless will bring it up court. Skylar, that is. Looking, uses up her dribble, gives to Logan, and we have a block.
So just to clarify that, oh yeah, that's 3 fouls now on Thornton.
Jenna looks to inbound, finds Skylar. Top of the key, Logan. Dribbling, hands off to Jenna. A lot of time on the shot clock. Jenna going to take it, leave for Fletcher. Throws up a bomb, doesn't get it. And the rebound, McCauley. She's been impressive. Down court quickly. This is Sutherland. Sutherland shut out so far in the second half. Here's the 15-footer, won't go. Rebound out to Notre Dame-Batavia. Rhodes wanted it, but was bottled up as McDonald recovered defensively. Shot clock at 15. Game clock at 3:20, third quarter, and the bank is good. And I think
Sutherland.
That was Sutherland.
That was a big shot. Got the lead back down to single digits.
She has a dozen in the game, 10 first half points. The nice spark by Fletcher. She's going to drive it, lost it. Tries to tie up the player, can't do it. Rhodes comes out of the pack with it, leaves for Sutherland. The 5'9" senior inside, baseline, no. Rebound, South Seneca.
Good rebound by
Schuyler.
Skylar
Yes.
Chalice. Gets it to Logan now.
And a timeout by South Seneca.
30-second timeout.
South Seneca has to work so hard to contend with the not just one or two taller players, but size-wise across the board for 3 or 4 taller players. Which of these teams has the best conditioning, and will that be a factor?
Well, yeah, I think obviously we know that South Seneca is well conditioned, but they're also a little deeper, I think, than Notre Dame-Batavia, so that should help coming down the stretch. And again, South Seneca, it does have an 8-point lead here. I just want to clarify on that one coast-to-coast take with the kiss off the backboard. Which Fletcher sister was that?
Well, I have Leah Fletcher for scoring all 5 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, I gave it to Leah as well, but I didn't see her on the court shortly after that. It is confusing.
Well, I think her parents will be happy as long as we give it to one of the Fletchers.
Yeah, sure, it's all in the family.
The freshman, Logan Shawless. They try to clear for her. What a nice move, but she lost it, but it goes out to Schuyler for the 12-footer. Bang!
Fortunate for Logan, the ball went right to her older sister, who was open just inside the foul line for a jumper.
The lead back to 10, 37-27. 2.5 remaining. Rhodes forces up a bomb, nearly got it to go. Tapped up, no, and saved inside. Nice play and off glass by Sutherland.
Really impressed with Margaret Sutherland. She's got 14. She really knows how to finish at the block.
Logan's shot a little out of control. Missed badly. The lead down to 8. And the Irish with the basketball. Under 2. The shot is partially deflected.
Parsons back in. It's kind of risky here with 2 minutes to go.
This is Logan going to shift gears and knocked out of bounds. It'll still be South Seneca ball.
Jeez, if they didn't call a foul there, that was off Logan. Missed that one. It went right off her foot.
It was one or the other, you would have thought.
Yeah, and Logan's a little bit out of control here the past couple possessions. South Seneca can settle for something better.
Emma Fletcher with it. Emma finds Jenna. Around the perimeter. Shot clock down to 12. The bomb short, and again, not a good shot selection by Logan on that one.
It was open, but yeah, the last 3 of the last 4 possessions have been a missed shot from the freshman Logan Shawless.
The lead was 9 at the half. It's 8 right now. Inside looping pass off just short.
Careful,
Parsons
Jade.
picks up number 4.
That's a good call. That's a good
just
call.
Leaned over just a little bit, Jim.
Yeah, I questioned Coach Mott bringing her back in. I would have let her sit for the rest of the third period, but I haven't won any state championships, so who am I to say? So Parsons will take a seat now. We got a timeout, too, on the court.
I think the coach is going to, well, there's only a minute 23 remaining before the end of the quarter, but he probably wants to work something on their next offensive possession with the one big girl. And we mentioned early that foul trouble, particularly for Parsons, is the main height, size for South Seneca would be a factor.
Yeah, I mean, really, after her, the tallest girl is Logan Chalice, right?
That's right.
So, got to give credit to Notre Dame-Batavia. As soon as Jade Parsons checked back into the game, they went right to the block. On that particular play that she picked up her 4th foul, they missed the first one, and Jade did a good job of just standing up straight. But after the rebound, she brought her arms down just enough. The Notre Dame-Batavia player jumped up into her arms, and that's a foul. And so now she has 4 fouls with 9.5 minutes left in this ball game.
Now, a lot of times I think I see Notre Dame-Batavia creating the contact inside, but they do what they're trained to do, what they're taught to do, by continuing to pound those boards, and they've been quite effective at it.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the overall game plan and execution from Notre Dame-Batavia.
Stevie Wilcox.
They're hanging around here, and they're going to get to play at least the next minute and a half without Jade Parsons on the court. They can really take advantage of that.
Wilcox, nothing but the bottom of the net.
They haven't been able to score from the perimeter. So most of these points from Sutherland and McCauley have come from the block. And there's no enforcer in there right now for South Seneca.
Second shot, no good this time.
Wow,
One
nice.
out of two for Wilcox, and a good rebound by Skylar down quickly to Jenna. She gets bumped, no whistle, dishes off to Fletcher, and then taken away by McCauley the
Clean
other
block
way.
by McCauley.
McCauley wants to take it in and scores! Big turnaround there, and the lead cut to 5.
14 points for McCauley, 14 points for Sutherland. The two frontline players.
Jenna driving, yes! And they're going to wave it off. The foul called before the shot
That's
went
too
up.
bad. That was a nice finish by Jenna Mack.
Well, I think she definitely got hacked on the prior possession.
It's the third foul on Morgan Rhodes as well for the Fighting Irish. And
Here's steal. Logan going to lay up and doesn't get the roll, but she'll shoot a pair. Excuse me, Jim.
yeah, Logan again with a chance to really finish there at the rim, and that time she was probably her best effort of the last 3 or 4 shots, but it just unlucky rolled off. 2 free throws coming though.
You know, Skylar may be the senior, and she may be experienced, but she's still just a maybe 17-year-old kid, and her poise is phenomenal.
And the other big thing there is that's Kaylee McCauley's third foul as well. So Rhodes, Thornton, and McCauley with 3 fouls for Notre Dame-Batavia.
Fouls mounting up. Logan at the line hits both.
And McCauley staying in there for the last 54 seconds.
So up by 7. McCauley with it out front, harassed by Fletcher. Going to
right
take
by
it to
her,
the
though.
hole, and you needed someone. I think they're going to get Logan with a reach, and someone needs to step in there and take that charge or attempt to.
Yeah, the lane parted and she went right to the rim. Lucky for South Seneca, she didn't finish the shot.
All champions here. This is the C1 and C2 champs. McCauley, who's really shined, didn't start real quickly, but has come on and impressed in all aspects of the game, really. Misses the second free throw, and the rebound taken by Skylar, who's really become maybe the best rebounder for the Falcons on the court at this time.
South Seneca's got to get out of this quarter right now, get to the fourth. Just a 6-point lead.
Just 6. Logan with it. Wants to take it to the hole, and they're going to call.
What do they get?
They bailed her out a little. I thought she was a bit out of control. And McCauley, the coach, can't believe the call.
4th foul on Natalie Thornton.
Oh, my. And she'll be coming out, and that'll bring Emma Finch into the game. Logan hit 2 a minute ago. That one rims out. The freshman.
7 points for Logan.
She is the youngest of the 3 Shawless girls to play varsity basketball. But like the Jedi Warriors, as she misses the free throw, Fletcher has it, throws it up and in. A fine baseline jumper. And that was Emma Fletcher on the bucket. Big hoop. I started to say there is another. Younger Chloe will be playing before too long. Here's a steal by South Seneca. Jenna against McCauley, going to race up, throw it up, and no. Rebound, no foul.
Wow, that would have been 4 on McCauley.
Oh my, lots of contact, but the quarter ends. South Seneca surrendered 1 point of their 9-point lead. We'll be back with 4th quarter action after this.
Federal loans not enough to cover the cost of your college education? The private student loan available through Generations Bank can be the answer to your funding needs. Learn more online at mygenbank.com or call 315-568-5855. Generations Bank, with locations in Auburn, Farmington, Geneva, Phelps, Seneca Falls, Union Springs, and Waterloo. Be sure to check out their mobile banking app or visit them online at mygenbank.com. Dr. Littlejohn and his outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to assure the overall wellness of each patient through their orthodontic care. They utilize the latest technological advances in the orthodontic industry, including digital scanning and Invisalign. Dr. Rod Littlejohn is proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out their website at littlejohnortho.com. Bill Cram Chevrolet on Route 5 and 20 between Seneca Falls and Waterloo, where your car buying is fast, fun, and easy. Mention you saw them on FingerLakes1.com and receive a $250 credit to use towards the purchase of any new or used vehicle. Browse their inventory at BillCramChevrolet.com or stop in and see why they save plenty on 5 and 20 with Bill Cram Chevrolet.
Well, McCulley took the nice pass for an easy left-handed layup, and the lead cut to 6. Jade Parson on the bench with 4 personals.
And not the start that the Lady Falcons were looking for in the fourth.
And we got a foul called away from the basketball on Notre Dame-Batavia. First foul, and that's on
Emma Keeler.
Jenna McDonald looks to inbounds. Looking, throws it out deep. Skyler, the bomb. Buries the bomb!
Third three-pointer for Skylar Shawless. Great arc, right through the cylinder.
Looked good all the way and found nothing but the bottom of the net. Here comes off the miss, South Seneca's Fletcher. Stutter step, gives it over to Jenna. Skyler, the senior, driving, not scoring, and the rebound hauled in by Margaret Sutherland. It's been the Sutherland and McCulley story for Notre Dame-Batavia tonight and all season long. 44-35. 1 minute into quarter number 4. On the break. That time, great defense as Logan held her ground. The shot missed by McCulley. And here comes Alyssa. And she is pumped as a foul is called against Notre Dame-Batavia. You can see the poise, though, in Notre Dame-Batavia, despite the deficit. They've been trailing all night long. They have never led.
That's a credit to their coach, Tom McCulley. Obviously hasn't prepared and confident. They've been down. They were down 13 in the third quarter to Letchworth, and they defeated them in the C1 title game on Saturday.
That point, no doubt, probably be made aware of to the Falcons by their coaching staff.
But with the Parsons on the bench, they need to cut into this deficit now.
Fletcher, a runner, won't go, and the rebound actually hits the floor, and then a kind of a foolish little grab by one of the Fletcher girls. That was Alyssa.
Alyssa's got a headband on, Dave, that white headband, and Emma doesn't. So that's one way to tell them apart.
Like the Shawless girls a year ago and their sneakers.
Yeah, they were really hard to tell apart.
The shot up around the rim and good, and we were blocked by the official. I'm not sure who scored
Sutherland. Another basket for Sutherland.
The lead back to 7. We got a whistle and a reach-in foul against Notre Dame.
And Jenna McDonald a little out of control there. She was flying down the court and into the lane.
The winner will play next Saturday at Rush Henrietta against the Region 6 champion. Fletcher leaves for Jenna. Jenna will bring it up top of the key. Open underneath Logan momentarily, and she got fouled. Her defender tripped up, got up, and then got called on the foul. That's Keeler. Non-shooting foul. Will they set up
Fourth
Skyler
foul
again?
on Kaylee McCulley there, too. Huge foul here with just under 6 minutes to go in the game.
That is big. Skyler looking against McCulley. Cross-court pass deflected out of bounds. Will still be South Seneca basketball with 15 on the shot clock, a 7-point game, and a thriller.
Yeah, South Seneca just can't put them away.
Jade Parsons sits by assistant coach Bob Mott on the bench with her 4 fouls. Wonder when she'll re-enter.
I wonder when Coach Mott will maybe take a little air out of the ball, too, at this point.
Fletcher, they had Skylar open, fires it up, short. Her own rebound, the floater, no. Her own rebound, off glass, no. Her own rebound, she got fouled over the back. Skylar Shawless doing it all. Quadruple effort.
Yeah, they missed her initially when she was wide open for 3 with the shot clock running down. Then they gave it to her. She had to force one up, hit the rim, did a great job of fouling her shot, put that up, missed it, fouled it again, put that up, fouled it again.
Nothing but nylon for the first free throw of the fourth quarter for either team.
It's also the 4th foul now on Stevie Wilcox for Notre Dame-Batavia. So we're going to see some players coming out of this game with 5 fouls here before we're done.
Wow, what a Herculean effort as Shawless. Skylar completes, swishes both free throws.
16 points for Shawless.
We got a timeout on the court. 46-37. A lot of basketball left to play, James.
Yeah, and again, looking at this, it seems like South Seneca might be up 15-16, but they're up 9. Notre Dame-Batavia's had a way of hanging around. I think that those first couple minutes of the fourth quarter were really big for Coach Mott and the Lady Falcons. With Jade Parsons on the bench, they were actually able to extend the lead despite giving up that first basket of the quarter to McCauley. But also in those first 2 minutes, Kaylee McCauley picks up her 4th foul. Stevie Wilcox picks up her 4th foul, and Natalie Thornton also has 4 fouls. So
foul shooting could be a factor down the stretch as well with all these fouls mounting up on the team side of things.
Well, there's already 5 fouls on Notre Dame-Batavia, which means they'll be shooting 1-1 for the rest of the game. South Seneca will. South Seneca still has 4 fouls to give before they reach the bonus here. And again, in high school basketball this year, it's a little different. 5 fouls a period.
And you can pick out a lot of things in this game, but that last sequence by Skylar Shawless, if the Falcons hang on and win, may loom large.
Great hustle play. It's something she's known for, something her sisters.
Jade Parsons back in the contest. McCauley wants to take it to the hole. Skylar on her defensively, forces up a poor shot and missed badly. Jade Parsons, the big girl, has it. Leaves for Skylar, the senior. That's who you want to handle the ball. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 4:40 on the game clock. Fletcher leaves for Logan, does not look to shoot. Skylar might, not so far. Gets a pick, back to Logan, going to drive the baseline and lay it up short. Her own rebound, no. Oh my, a big opportunity there. And here comes McCauley the other way.
Logan's 0 for 7 this in the last 7 attempts.
The defense looks settled. Here's the shot from just inside the three-point line. No good. Jenna McDonald. A one-on-two break. Going to shift gears, lay it up, left-handed and in. A huge basket by Jenna McDonald. And Notre Dame of Batavia has seen enough.
And Jenna's exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, that's Jenna's first bucket of the second half. Morgan Rhodes has been doing a great job defensively on her, really shadowing her almost everywhere she goes on the court, but that time able to get out in transition. And you notice that Kaylee McCauley had a chance to make a play on that, but with those 4 fouls, she couldn't. And great finish with the left hand for Jenna McDonald. Jenna McDonald developing into one of the best all-around basketball players, girls basketball players in the Wayne Finger Lakes, I think, this year.
Shawless with 16. I have Jenna with 15. And the lead, as large as it's been in this half, up to 11. And we are halfway through the fourth quarter. Exactly 3:55 now remaining. Inside, turnaround shot, rims out. And a push from behind, and that is on Wilcox.
Number 5.
And it's sayonara time if that is true.
And they're putting 4 up.
4 up. Jade Parsons went down, and Jade.
I'm pretty sure that's her 5th foul. Yeah, it is. They just.
Jade has 3.
Or no, they gave it to Thornton. That's Thornton's 5th. So Thornton fouls out.
And of course, They had lost one of their subs.
Gets a hug from Kaylee McCauley. You can tell this Notre Dame team's all for one here. Much like South Seneca, just great team chemistry. You can tell they're great teammates for each other. As Emma Finch checks in for Notre Dame-Batavia. And not dead yet, although this free throw by Parsons will be the biggest lead of the game for the Falcons, but she missed it.
Yep. And she's only scored 3 points, a three-point play at that, in the contest so far. And she misses that too, hustling and keeping it alive. Skylar has
Unbelievable.
Gets it out to Fletcher in a new possession and a new shot clock.
Ice bath at the end of this one.
Amazing effort by Skylar Shawless. Loops it in. That was a bad pass, however, and a foul on Logan. I think Logan zigged when Skylar expected her to zag.
3 fouls on Logan now.
That could have been huge, those foul shots or that possession.
Hey, it's a testament to South Seneca that they're up 11 right now with Jade Parsons with only 3 points. It's easily her lowest offensive output of the season.
And Rhodes with a huge bomb that didn't go. That couldn't have been the shot McCauley from the coaching box wanted. And now we're down to 3:15 remaining.
Whoa.
And Jenna McDonald, they call a jump ball. Interesting call. I thought they might have called a foul either way. And Tommy Marino probably made the best call possible on that.
Yeah, it seemed like
Possession Earl South Seneca. Skylar with a great effort. Right in front of us, inbounds to Jenna. Back to Skylar, shot clock at 15. Skylar, the senior, has it. Over to Emma. Inside, Parsons somehow keeps it from going out of bounds to Fletcher. Fletcher, a runner, doesn't get it to go. They didn't, and
that is an awful call.
Terrible call.
Skylar was just standing still. It made a point to not reach or move. It didn't affect the play either. McCauley was on her way.
Well, there's several hundred Falcon fans who would agree with you, Jim. The shot is an air ball. Now we see a little maybe lack of poise by Notre Dame forcing that shot up.
2:42 to go. Falcons up 11.
Jenna inside. Parsons up strong.
There
Yes!
you go.
McDonald with the assist to Parsons, and the lead is at 13. McCauley drives, fires it up too hard. Saved by McDonald. She gets assaulted by Morgan Rhodes.
Jenna McDonald has just been a punching bag today. She's been on the ground, that time she took a shot to the chest.
She gets up limping a little.
Oh, she's got to be hurting. But
My best buddy Joe Brewer has told me many times, between soccer and basketball, this is one of the few times in her high school career she's really been fully healthy. And we're seeing the results of her dedication.
Yeah, she is just really taking a physical punishment tonight. And Morgan Rhodes fouls out for Notre Dame-Batavia. So 2:26 to go, up 13. Looking really good for the Falcons here to return to the state tournament.
The winner to the Elite Eight, and you hear the Falcons and their fans as Jenna hits the first free throw. McDonald's second shot, good! And
17 for McDonald.
timeout on the court.
Game high 17.
The biggest, and Jenna limping will come out of the game. She wanted to make those 2 free throws first. I hope she's okay. She's in some obvious discomfort. Obviously, you want her to be well. Same with the Addison DiMatteo got hurt for Notre Dame early.
She hasn't returned. They're bringing ice over for McDonald, who's she's hurting. She's down at the end of the bench. They've been looking to take off her left sneaker. Her left sneaker's off now.
So that means an ankle.
Yeah,
in all likelihood.
She's a warrior. I just can't believe what a warrior Jenna McDonald is from watching her play the past.
She is, but she never will be.
Yeah, it's not never be a Romulus warrior, right? But yeah.
But Jim, this is what I was discussing on the ride up here with the folks I came up with. Inside quickly and scoring is Sutherland. She's had just a huge game, 18 in the game.
13 points.
Fletcher. The lead at 13.
No rush if you're the Falcons right here.
Moving the basketball. Emma. And we got a push as drawing the foul. That was Gemma Bochicchio who pushed down.
Really bad foul. The shot clock was under 10, and
Alyssa Fletcher will go to the line. But I was discussing the advantage versus disadvantage as Fletcher misses that free throw of having to play the play-in game because the Section 6 winner does not have to. And you keep fresh if you're not going a full week without playing a game. But if there's an injury, that kind of changes everything.
Yeah, it works both ways.
Yep.
But yeah, you know.
Driving and losing it is McCulley. She was out of control, and then South Seneca threw it away. And the official pointed the wrong way at first, and Mike McCulley on the sidelines
Todd Burton,
nearly had a conniption. Shot up by McCulley, forced again.
Parsons got the rebound.
Parsons will give it to Fletcher. Driving through traffic, gets rode and fouled by Bochicchio.
Yeah. All right, you know, it's Tuesday night, so the Falcons are going to have 4 days before Saturday when they play. I think they play later in the day, early evening Saturday at Rush Henrietta. But right now, Jenna McDonald's not going to return to this ball game. She's on the end of the bench with her left leg extended and wrapped in ice.
Fletcher gets on the scoring column with a free throw. She'll have another. That is Alyssa. 1:41 remaining. Second shot, good. And the lead back to 15, tying the largest lead of the night. McCulley against Skylar Shawless, who has been superb. In the corner, Bochicchio shot off glass and in. Was that a three or a long two? Long two, I guess.
Two, yeah.
We're down to 1:20 remaining. You would think Notre Dame-Batavia has to foul, but they have a lot of kids in foul trouble. Shawless, that's who you want handling it. 12 on the shot clock.
Yeah, it's looking more and more like the Lady Falcons are going to advance here. We're almost under a minute.
Skylar, shot clock down to 4. Fletcher, what do we got? And Jade Parsons gets knocked down. And that foul will go. And that'll be exit time for Stevie Wilcox, who leaves the game with 2 free throws. 1 minute, 1 second remaining. And the season for Notre Dame of Batavia, Class C1 champions, the private Catholic school out of Batavia, will apparently come to an end unless some kind of miracle occurs. And Parsons says, not on my watch, as she drains the free throw.
So now we have the ejection for a Notre Dame-Batavia fan as Amy Kovenchak.
That might be Stevie Wilcox's, I don't want to say, mother is wearing a 22 jersey.
Yeah.
Shot by Parsons, up again.
She left without incident. The fan left without incident.
McCulley, who's had a great game, not so much the last couple of minutes. Left side shot, no good by Stella. And here comes Skylar Shawless. 45 seconds left. McCulley with a reach in, no call. Gives it to Parsons, goes to a runner, around the rim, no. Her own rebound, scramble, loose ball, she's on the floor. All kinds of players on the floor. And what do we got?
You know, it's not.
I'll tell you what we have. We have a South Seneca victory.
It pretty much looks that way with 36.7 to go, up 15. Jay Parsons heading to the free throw line. But this game was not as easy as the final score is going to indicate. And with Jenna McDonald hurt, it could be coming at a high price. Although it doesn't appear to be the type of injury that's going to prevent her from playing. I think they're icing that for precautionary purposes. But it could be an injury that does linger forward and hampers her and could be tweaked and retweaked.
1 out of 2 for Parsons. Well, we'll talk about that sprained ankle when time permits. Here's a steal. Fletcher and dribble on the sideline. Jim, it might be a strange thing for some people to hear.
Oh, Tommy Marino had a foul. Referee Todd Burden said sideline. And listen, Tommy Marino and Amy Kovacic are really, really good officials.
And at the line will be Emma Fletcher. And it was Leah Fletcher who had 5 huge points in that third quarter.
I think so, Dave. I'm going to double check that at the end. I hope so because I made a call where I called her Princess Leah, so I hope it was her.
Emma nails 2 at the line. It's an 18-point lead for South Seneca.
Jade Parsons just fouled out, but it's not going to matter.
Well, she picked a good time to do it with 20 seconds left and an 18-point lead.
Standing ovation as she exits.
She finishes with 8 points, 5 in the fourth quarter. And coming into the game is her older sister, Avriel, who has been injured and out of action for the season.
Yeah, this is her first action here with 20 seconds to go in the fourth.
You'll be hearing about her as a softball pitcher. And steps on Bachicchio. Yeah, you're exactly right. This game, the final deficit does not tell the story. However, South Seneca's grit and finesse do. And that tandem of Skylar and Jenna, sensational. Driving to the lane and drawing the foul. Listen to the crowd. And the lady that's really being demonstrative is her mom in the crowd. Yeah. And that'll send Junior Avriel to the line for a pair. First one, good!
Oh, big hugs from the 4 players on the court.
And South Seneca has put a 60 up against the Irish of Notre Dame. Second shot, good! 20-point lead.
The party is on. Back to States for the Lady Falcons.
The shot won't go. Skylar will dribble out the final few seconds and listen to the reaction as the buzzer sounds. South Seneca is elite, and South Seneca Lady Falcons advance to the New York State Elite 8. 61-41. And we'll be back with a Dr. Littlejohn Smiles with Styles post-game show after this.
FingerLakes1.com's live coverage of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball is brought to you thanks to the support from Finger Lakes Partners. Insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. Trust someone who lives in your community. With offices in Geneva, Waterloo, and Victor, visit Finger Lakes Partners online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. Farrar Lumber and Building Supplies. Farrar Lumber has been a fixture in the Seneca Falls area for almost 60 years. Start planning your next home improvement project at FarrarLumber.com. Farrar Lumber, supporting local high school athletes since 1959. Finger Lakes Construction Company is the #1 post-frame builder in New York State, providing complete building packages for a wide range of construction, including personal garages, commercial office complexes, municipal, equestrian, agricultural, dairy facilities, pole barns, and more. Visit them online at fingerlakesconstruction.com. The It's a Wonderful Run 5K Committee. It's a winter run like no other. Check out race videos, sign up for the next race, and learn how to get involved in the most popular holiday run around at itsawonderfulrun5k.com. Red's Place, serving great lunches daily in downtown Seneca Falls. Awesome daily specials, soup, and the best sandwiches in town. Check out their Facebook page for daily specials and their full menu. Next time you head out to see a movie, make it at the Omen Theater in downtown Lyons. You'll love relaxing in the modern, renovated theater, it has the old-fashioned charm and character of the original house first opened in 1950. See what's playing this week at homeandtheater.com. Penny's Place Family Restaurant, located on 5 and 20 in Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Well known for their large portions and home-cooked meals, a large selection of breakfast items, and everything from burgers, salad bar, and wraps for lunch. If you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place. Jimmer's Auto offers a full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com. And for service, visit Seaver's Garage on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Jimmer's Auto and Seaver's Garage, strong supporters of local high school athletes for over 40 years. Fed up with unresponsive web designers and getting nickeled and dimed for every small website update? Call FingerLakes1.com at 315-712-0104 and take control of your web presence. Since 1998, FingerLakes1.com has created and maintained nearly 1,000 websites for local businesses and organizations of all sizes. Aflac. When health changes for you or a loved one, it can change everything. But Aflac can help make sure that the life you live is the life you never stop living. Learn more at aflac.com or contact Joe Calarco at 315-253-0495. And by Generations Bank, Little John Orthodontics, and Bill Cram Chevrolet.
We are wrapping up the play-in game. The South Seneca Lady Falcons, as I said, they are elite, and they advanced to the Elite Eight. Skylar Shawless, I thought your performance was brilliant. Poise, you were superb. This was a tough physical game against a much larger opponent.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we just came in. We had to Coach Mott really emphasized on being mentally tough. So I think coming into this game, I knew that they were big, but our speed and our strength could overcome it.
Well, I have to go back to a play, I think it was in the third quarter, where you were wide open for a three, didn't get the ball at first, finally got the ball as the shot clock was running down. You had to force up the three at that point, missed, fouled it up, missed, fouled it up, got it a fourth time and put it in. That perseverance and effort, and again, the poise was just superb. Talk about that.
Ms. Mott always wants us to be flying squirrels out on the court. And, if we can't get the rebound, then we have to follow our shot because we know where it's going to go.
And Jenna, you has said, has had a dinged-up ankle all year.
Yeah, she fights through it.
And hope you have a few days to rest. You're going to you're back to the States again.
Yep.
How does that feel?
It's unreal. A lot of people really were kind of doubting us, and at first, coming in with a whole new team, I really didn't know what to expect. So this is just, it's amazing.
I think it's amazing to me is, your older sister Kelsey was one of the leaders of the team, along with Emily and Mackenzie and Bailey Mingus. You were always the younger one, but this is really your team, and so to be able to do this with your team, to win a sectional title and to get back to the state tournament with your team, it's like you've reinvented yourselves, and this team is every bit as good as last year's team, I think, and it's really fun to watch. And tonight, Notre Dame-Batavia didn't back down after that initial rush, and Jade Parsons wasn't scoring inside, had a little foul trouble, but you guys found a way. You hit some threes. Jenna was just phenomenal. She's an absolute warrior, and just congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
It's got to feel really good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I have to mention, and I mentioned this one other time on a previous game, I go back to having the good fortune to run into you and Jenna the first day of basketball practice. I don't remember, would that be early November, end of October, or whatever? And the two of you were so stoked, so pumped up, so confident as you were heading into the season, despite the losses of some great players, and the tradition continues.
Yep. We knew we had some great players. We just had to fit the puzzle pieces together in the right way. So I think we're doing it right now.
Well, your leadership certainly was huge in this contest, and I congratulate you,
Thank
Skylar.
you. Thank you so
your
much.
effort is outstanding, and that of your teammates. Tell Jenna we hope she's better soon and keep that ice on all night long.
I will.
All right.
Great job.
Thank
Skylar
you.
Shawless,
Congratulations.
a
Thanks.
61
Take
to
that off.
41 victory.
Thanks.
We hope to
See you
have
Saturday.
Yes, thank you.
we hope to have Heather with us momentarily. So you're saying actually that Alyssa got all 7 of the points for the Lady Falcons.
Yeah, Alyssa, I went
Here
over
we
to check
go.
the scoreboard. Alyssa
Here we
had,
go.
here you go, Coach. And we're going to be facing this way. You can get right in between us, though. There you go.
Truly a rose between two thorns. And
Yeah, Alyssa
Heather,
had 7 and Emma had 4.
Heather, congratulations. A tough physical game against an athletic, longer team. And you guys just wouldn't give an inch. And
No.
your 2 guards out there, Jenna and Skylar, demonstrated the most when they needed it most.
Poise, right? I would describe them tonight as having poise. Jenna's ailing, she's got tight calves, so she plays with some pain.
Is that her ankle, though, that was iced?
It's not. It's her ankle. It starts down in her lower
Yeah.
calf, and kind of so she tends to play with. She plays through that. It got a little much for her today. So poise and composure, and that's what I need from those 2, and that's what they deliver.
And as I said, as the game wound down, South Seneca is elite, and the South Seneca Lady Falcons in the Elite 8
I know.
again.
It's so exciting.
It's amazing.
It is
And I've heard
amazing.
so many compliments from other coaches that are, from the boys or girls sides who are starting to get a look at South Seneca as the tradition has continued. And as Jim, I thought, wrote a great article, Dynasty at South Seneca. Fantastic season.
Yeah.
What were the keys to tonight's contest? Especially when Jade had the foul trouble.
Yeah, Batavia is, as you compliment, they're physical. They're 42 and 33. We keyed in on them when we watched them, and then scouted them, and knew that they were athletic and they could really they can hurt other teams. They did to us a little bit tonight. They're good athletes, and it had to start to be a team effort. We broke down a little bit. I think we got caught up. As the stakes get higher, you see the emotions on the kids' faces a little bit more, so we had to keep a couple more timeouts tonight to get them under in control. We lost control a little bit tonight at times, but then we regained it back.
Even though they made that rush
Yeah.
to close things a bit, it always felt closer in this game than
Absolutely.
when you looked up, we were up, South Seneca was up by 7, 8, 9, but it always seemed like a 2-possession game until the last couple of minutes.
I think when you have a player like 42 who could run the full court and at times was slicing and dicing and then dishing off 33 and they weren't missing, 8 points turns really quickly.
Well,
I mean, I just interesting to me to see that you had to win this one in a different way. Like Jade had her lowest offensive output of probably the whole season.
Right.
And it was a physical game. The rest there was a lot of fouls called, but it was still a very physical game.
Right.
Generally, both teams playing really hard. And Notre Dame-Batavia didn't go away after that initial rush. And when you found trouble scoring, Skylar hit a couple threes, Jenna hit a couple threes, Emma and Alyssa Fletcher scored some important points in the game. Logan was solid. It was really a team effort across the board, but it was a really impressive win because it felt more like this one had to be gutted out. It just didn't steamroll them. They handled the pressure pretty good.
Yeah. Felt like that coaching it, too.
Yeah, I bet it was.
And if I was running Sports Center tonight, I would show, and I mentioned it to Skylar, that effort where the shot clock running down, she missed the 3,
And then she goes
on her
up.
4th effort
right.
against all that timber, put it up and in with a huge hoop.
I know. She has, you think a kid doesn't have another gear to shift into, and she does. And you can tell she's not ready to let this go. And she's going to do everything. She's going to pull that team together. She's going to motivate them. And she's going to do everything within her power. This ride is not going to end.
Yeah, and it's phenomenal to see this team reinvented, and that's what I told Skylar. The last 2 years she was an underclassman, and that wasn't really. She was a part of that team, but that wasn't her team. And this being her team, it's just been really phenomenal to see the team develop over the course of the year, and to culminate now in another postseason run. It's great. It's a testament to your coaching. It's a testament to Skylar's leadership, I think.
Absolutely. The kids are they respond. They all respond in their own ways, but they are a group that comes together under challenge, as it's proving. And it was amazing on the side. Logan
She had some big moments.
She had some big moments, right? And then she had some frustrating moments, right?
Freshman moments.
But on the sideline, I'm yelling at her, get her steal, and she went and got a steal.
Yeah,
so it's like, I love that.
After one bad play, when she
Right.
kind of shook her head, she made 2 big plays
Absolutely.
right after that.
Like clear it. And she's maturing in that role. Like when she makes a mistake, she's cleaning the slate and coming down and doing something, and that's growth for us.
Well, we want you to smile all the way home. However, I would be remiss if I didn't mention what appeared from the research I done. A very good Allegheny, limestone team coming up who's had some tough competition.
Absolutely.
But that's all the way off until Saturday.
Right.
So you can enjoy it for at least 24 hours.
I have already done my homework, and now I can open it up and start it. So, that's superstition. You don't start looking at your materials looking at your, preparing until it's actually here. So
and
I'll be doing that tonight.
Just to mention, a nice touch at the end with Avriel.
Yes.
Who she's been out pretty much all year. Is that correct?
Right. ACL was cleared, got her, did all the right protocol.
It'll probably surprise you, but her mother was pretty animated behind you in the stands when she got fouled and went to the line. But that was great.
She's persevered through a lot. She comes to every single practice. When a kid goes through that, that's, that warms your heart right there.
Your kids, you know what was another great picture? I don't mean to prolong this, but Jade Parsons was literally carrying her injured teammate off the court when the game ended. Yeah. And I think that speaks volumes to what I was going to say about the togetherness of not just this team, but the basketball program here at South Seneca, which you can take great pride in, you and Bob.
Well, what is that over there? Laverne Way, Kelsey Shawless, Mackenzie Kenyon, and Bailey Mingus? No, but it's the same. It might as well be, right? It might as well be.
Well, some of those players were here, and that's got to be nice, too. Very gratifying for the coach.
They've been talking back. I've been so they'll call. I talked to Emily today. She called and wished good luck, and she's been talking to her former teammates, and so they've been talking about how great that's in and of itself.
It is wonderful.
So.
Okay, well, hey, congratulations.
Hey, thanks so much.
It's always fun.
Right.
It's always fun.
Thank you.
Maybe keep it rolling. We'll see you Saturday,
we'll
right?
see you Saturday.
We'll
we
go
keep
from
saying
there.
that, right?
Yeah, we'll go from there.
Good mojo.
Our best to the Lady
Thanks
Falcons.
a lot.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Congratulations.
Well, do you want to try your stats?
Well, just run through the scoring real quick, and then we got to get home because we got more games tomorrow here on Finger Lakes 1.
Speak for yourself.
Jenna McDonald, 17 points. Skylar Shawless, 16. Jade Parsons, 13. 7 for Logan Shawless. 7 for Alyssa Fletcher. 4 for Emma Fletcher. 2 for Avriel Fletcher. And it was 18 points for Margaret Sutherland and 17 for Kaylee McCauley to lead Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They finished their season at 18-7. South Seneca moves to 21-4. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean that's what I have down there. But
I think you're right.
Yeah, well, either way, they're on to the state playoffs, Dave. And
the only loss in their last 17, 18 games was a 2-pointer on the road against league champion Bloomfield. So again, they're going to have their hands full Saturday. But
always a pleasure working with you.
You as well, James. So let's wrap this up. Speaking for Jim Sinacropi, our ace cameraman, Jeremy Hunt. This is Dave Barnick. The final score is 61-41 from Marion Central School. The South Seneca Falcons have advanced to the New York State Elite Eight. Good evening, everybody, and may the force be with you.